Now, how did the concept come about to take the game into an animation format?
Well, I've always been an avid gamer. I've played the game before, and so when I had my own studio, I decided to contact Corvus and said, hey, can I make this into an animation series? And so I flew out to Spain, and I spent some time with both of these gentlemen, and we talked about the story and where it would go, and they gave me a lot of tips. They said, oh, we can't do this, we can do that, and that's how it all started.
That's how it all started. Now, did you already have the panel already in reference to this?
Yes, we just
you did. So what can you say about that was revealed that we can talk about here?
Ooh, let's see, what did we reveal? We revealed a lot of things.
Obviously the casting announcements.
Yes, we did the casting announcements, yeah.
That's a big one.
Yes, casting announcements. I think the idea is that it's going to be released TBD still, but we wanted to come here to Comic-Con first because this is where our core fan base would be.
Of course.
So that we can, reveal it for the world, and as well as to get the word out that this is the next big, science fiction IP that we're going to be pushing.
Okay. You already touched on this at the beginning of the conversation because I always ask, how did you get involved in this project? You reached out. For you two, what was it like working with Jay on this?
It's amazing. When I received a call saying, we have a guy who sent an email to our customers, we want to make an animation series. Okay. His name is Jay Oliva. I'm a big fan of comics and stuff.
Yeah.
But sounds to me, animated movies, so this is animated movies, right? I checked his
IMDb.
Did you?
Guys, this is serious, guys. This is serious. This is serious stuff. Jay came to Galicia, to Spain, and we spent a week working a lot. Then sending emails with questions, replies, and looking for more documentation. It was really, really nice. And later we will start to produce and working with the animation and the art department. Really nice because they were very always asking for us making sure that they were keeping all not crossing any red line. We have we have Infinity, very, very supportive.
The animation studio is a team tour in France, so we were friends. Funny, France would coordinate with me, then I would coordinate with Spain.
It's like, I feel like it's a straight line, but then it's like, it's this way, then it goes this way, then this way.
Yeah, and then I would reach out to Alberto because he has all the artwork, he's in charge of all that, so then I would say, Alberto, do you have this? I need a ship. And then
there was no difficulty in any of that at all when that communication at all. It was all streamlined.
I don't know, how do you feel, Alberto?
Yeah, I think, it's a bit complicated about the different time, but that's the only problem that we could have. It was very streamlined, I think.
We don't need to sleep 8 hours.
We're at Comic-Con. Who sleeps for 8 hours here? Nobody sleeps here. So you have a valid point. And I do attest to Jay's work. Obviously, I just mentioned we had talked, and he was involved in one of my favorite cartoon series, especially with Mattel, with the He-Man series and everything. So that's been my favorite franchise growing up, and him getting the chance to be a part of that in 2002, I just fell in love with it. We still need to talk about that other part. Yes, I will still be there to talk about that. Yes, of course. And you know it, but the voice cast that you had for this, also people who I have adored watching, and one of which I just realized he was one of the voices, Spizak.
Yeah.
Rocket Power. He was in Rocket Power. Love that show. That was my thing. So getting this, last question, getting that voice cast together, how did that even come about?
Well, when I started my studio, Flex and Otis, first person that I reached out to was Wes Gleason, because I worked with him before.
You worked with him before, yeah.
And I said, Wes, I don't know nothing about casting or voice direction. I'm starting this new studio. I need your help. And he's like, I got you covered. So everything that I've done for the studio, Wes has been the voice director as well as the casting, and I just tell him this is what I'm thinking, and come on and let's play. The nice thing that was like Jason Spizak, for example, I worked with him on Young Justice season 1, so I was doing that, and I love Jason. So when I saw him on the list of like, hey, who we're gonna reach out to, I said, hire him. I love him. Bring him on.
That's it.
So yeah, so that's kind of how it went. And the good thing about these two is that like we picked the choices, we sent it over to the Corvus and said, what do you guys think? And of course they didn't even have any notes, but it was good to have their blessing. And
You mean you didn't go on IMDb and find them? Didn't happen? But no, that's great.
They trusted me, so that's a good thing.
That's good. But this was great. Thank you guys. Talking about Infinity with me. We'll definitely talk about it more, especially when we get an official, official date out there. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.